Good morning, afternoon, evening, as the case may be in your part of the world. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Zen Archer. As you can see, it's a beautiful day out here today. Nice bright sun. It's about probably about 70 degrees, and so many of you have mentioned that you really like the outdoor vlogs, so I thought I would do one. It's only actually about I guess about 9 o'clock, and I thought that maybe we would just come out here and sit and talk a while about some of the things that are going on and some of the good things that I've got coming up for you. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to need some glasses for this one. It's kind of bright here. And forgive the shadows if you will. Man, what a beautiful day. Well, I got up this morning and got everything ready for, that I had to do. And then watched some videos. Alan Williams has put together a 32-minute, that's Alan Williams. I think it's A. Williams 100. But I'll put the URL right here for you. Go check it out. Interesting video. 32 minutes, on the television doesn't seem so bad, but when you're sitting at the computer, it seems a little long. What I did was, I watched probably about half of it, and then I went and took a break, got my breakfast, and those kinds of things, and then came back to it. And, yeah, very interesting movie indeed. And Lisa Simpson, thank you for pointing us to that stripped podcast. That was, let's say, different. Oh man, so much stuff going on out here. I really love to see. I like to go back and look at some of my friends' older videos, and then look at where they're at now. And YouTube has done a lot more than just allow us to connect with one another. It's allowed us to improve our ability to make videos, and improve our ability to communicate. Not just sitting and talking, but just ideas and concepts. And I've seen everything from psychedelic stuff to very touching, moving videos. I think I'm going to put a playlist together for you guys that are highlights of some of my favorite videos. If you're not on the list, please, that doesn't mean that I don't like your videos. I'm only going to put a few in there, and there are so many good ones that it's hard to choose. But these are some of my favorites, and stuff that I think is a cut above the regular vlog kind of stuff. Some of my friends have done them. Some of them are by people that are not on my friends list. I don't subscribe to. I saw one or two of their videos and I thought they were really cool. Don't you love Ohio in the morning? You can hear all the cicadas. Ducks are out having a good time, and as you saw, we've got the long necks out here. People are walking around the lake. This trail we have is actually, if you follow the whole trail, it's probably about a 3.5 mile trail in one circle, and people walk around it, bike around it. And there's some parks not far away where you can go. Last time I was down to the park to do any kind of strenuous exercise, I did 150 miles through the park, and on a bicycle, and that was a lot of fun. It was sponsored, of course, so every 12 mile or so, every 15 mile, they had some first aid, and they had a place for you to stop and get some power bars, some bananas, that kind of thing. And you know, I don't know when the MS-50 is, but let me say this. First of all, there's no cause that is better than the MS-150, which is a 150-mile bike tour. And there are a lot of people who don't do it because they're just not really, you know, butch bicycle riders. I don't know how the other ones are, but I can tell you that the ones in Ohio are sponsored by a motorcycle, Goldwing motorcycle group, and they ride the entire 150 mile back and forth, spread apart so that they can keep an eye on the riders. The first aid is top notch. It's not a difficult ride. You stop about every 12 miles, and you can pretty much you can pace yourself. You can take your time. So if you're physically fit enough to ride a bicycle, you know, 12 miles, then absolutely do it. You know, get your sponsors together, and it's for a good cause. Usually here what happens is when they get out here to Sandusky, there's a big pasta feast, and then everybody gets to go to Cedar Point free. And my suggestion for those of you that do that is don't take your ticket and go that day, because you're tired and worn out and your ass hurts from the bicycle seat. Save it and come back the next weekend and use your ticket then, because you can do that. And bring your family along and have a good time. Be sure to stop at some of the local shops and pick up some good things to eat, and some souvenirs as well. Anyway, so much for advertisements for Cedar Point. But and for the MS-150, you know, matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do is I will put up a I will see if I can find out when the Ohio one is. I'll just put up a link for the website. I'm sure they have one, and you guys can check it out. Absolutely, if you get a chance to do a bike ride for multiple sclerosis, do that. It's a worthwhile cause. Also, some of you have been over to the Balancing Act blog, and you've seen the donation button is up, and that's pretty much all that's there right now, other than my ramblings. Some of my videos are there as well. But what we're going to do is I'm also going to put some links on there to so you can make donations to Habitat for Humanity, which is a charity that I support, Salvation Army, also a charity I support, and a couple others that are my favorites. You know, just if you can give, and if you can't, well, you know, thank you for the thought. And when you can give in whatever way you do, please do that. You know, a lot of places, the only funding they have is what they get by charitable donation. And, you know, if you got an extra dollar in your pocket, why not give it? And I know it doesn't seem like a dollar does much, but it's kind of like the way that we change the world out here. A dollar doesn't do much, but a whole lot of people giving $1 or 50 cents can do miracles. The world isn't changed by great feats. It's changed by very, very small ones, by a great number of people. And that's what I try to do out here when I talk to you. And hopefully you listen, and you donate. Donate a smile to a friend today. Doesn't cost you a dime, and make you feel good inside. Oh boy, it just seems like public service announcement time, doesn't it? What else is going on? Oh, Renato did his vlog on being, how's he put it? Self-unemployed. And, you know, damn you, Renato, for giving away our secrets. That you have to be lazy and a little sloppy to do that. But, you know, he said some good things. So, absolutely, you know, go look at Renato's blog on that. And Put up some video responses. Let's see what you do. You know, if you do artwork, do a video on it. You know, show it to us. Nobody's going to buy it if they don't see it. Get it up there. Let us see it. You know, and talking about selling stuff and getting your stuff out there. As many of you may know, I've got the eBay series will be coming up very shortly. What you need to do before that, before we start the series, if you're going to follow along, is you're going to need to need to get your eBay account set up. You're going to need to get your PayPal account set up, and that will take a little bit of time because you'll have to do some verifying of your address. You have to be doing some verifying of your bank account and verifying of your shipping address and those kinds of things in order to get that started. But the eBay thing will be starting very shortly, and you know, so get her done. Get those things in place. Pull out some of the stuff in your garage. Don't drag it into the house yet. Just kind of pull it out in the middle of the floor because we're going to decide what the items are that you want to sell, and that's going to take a little bit of investigation, and I'll show you how to do that. There are some other people here on YouTube that currently make a substantial amount of money on eBay. And John's Dove, if you don't know her, absolutely, I'll put her name here as well. If you don't know John's Dove, absolutely go over and check her out. She does odd dolls or oddly enough dolls or marionettes, all hand done by her. Also, stop by Lisa Simpson and check out some of her videos. Lisa makes artistic purses. It's a bag that you can use, and yet it's a one-of-a-kind art piece as well. And so stop by and see some of her stuff. You know, one of the beautiful things about YouTube is that you can share with one another. You know, and you can share anything. Actually, the picture that I'm going to put somewhere in this video, I'll show you this picture. There are two pictures of a Zen garden that is here in Ohio, and I asked to use the pictures, asked the gentleman who took them, and he's 87% blind, and he took these beautiful pictures. And he was willing. He said if I would give him a video credit, then I was more than welcome to use them. So of course we're going to do that, and get over there and check out his vlogs too, and see what he's got to say, and see some of his stuff. And again, we'll put the URL in here for you so that you can, or his name, so that you can find him easily. But you know, sharing and bartering and selling, you know, are all part of this community too. And you know, inventing and painting and drawing and singing, and I mean, what a great place this is. And it's all available to you by a click. I'm 49 years old, and I can remember black and white TV, and I can remember when all the television stations would go off at 2:30 in the morning, and they would play the national anthem, and then the television would go boop. And it would just last forever. Pre-cable, you know, and now I got to the point where I watch the television all the time, and now it's running in the background most times, but 90% of the time I'm here on YouTube. Maybe YouTube is the new TV of the future. Speaking of new TV of the future, another friend of mine, a recent friend that just joined me, is a bodybuilder, and he goes to Gold's Gym. And he's kind of put together a show where you can work out with him on his own videos, and he'll give you some advice about bodybuilding. He's a big boy, I'll tell you. He's a big boy. But he's a great guy. I've had a couple chats with him and message back and forth, and he's now starting a series where you can work out with him at the gym and at his home. He'll tell you about some of the supplements and stuff like that. I told him he's going to be the Jack LaLanne of YouTube, and if those of you who want to build a little bit of muscle, or if you just want to tone up a little bit, stop over and see him, and we'll put his URL in there as well. This is just like one big shout out, one big commercial today, isn't it? I'll tell you. But I love it. I mean, who would have thought? Hell, I never would have thought a year ago that I would be sitting out here by the lake talking to you guys and having such a great time and enjoying the, I'm sitting by the lake, I'm happy, I'm enjoying life, and I'm sharing with friends. Who would have thought? I feel like one of those guys on the, I feel like one of those guys, advertising some housing development. There's one down by Texas with a big lake, and it's kind of like, we'll fly you down, y'all come on out and see how good the fishing is here. We got a full golf course and beautiful, beautiful 150 acres of nothing but shoreline. And you too can have a home here. All you have to do is give us your firstborn. That's kind of how this feels today. Crazy stuff. At any rate, I just wanted to take way too much time in order to tell you about some of the great things on YouTube, some of the great people that are out here, to remind you that the eBay thing is coming up. Get those eBay accounts started, get those PayPal accounts started and verified, and get ready to have some fun with that. So until next time, this is an Archer saying, you be well.